Hi guys. So Vikram was not feeling well, so today's AMA I'll be taking care. We'll wait for 5 minutes so that other people can join. Hope my audio is clear. Hi Shiva. So let's get started in a minute. Hi Manogaran. Hi Rajan. Hi Rajesh. Okay, I guess enough people are there. We can get into the video. See, overall, this market last 1 week it has been almost flat, especially with respect to Bitcoin. So every time I do an AMA, I keep expecting that. So next time I do an AMA, hopefully Bitcoin has crossed the 112, 113 and makes a new all-time high. And it's almost like every time it has been between 100 and 150k, right? Um, so let's get into the discussion. So this week, if you look at Bitcoin, so this is what I wanted to talk about. It has been range bound for quite some time now. You can see it crossed this 100k mark in somewhere uh, first week of May, right? And after that, it has stayed above 100k, but it has also not crossed 110k. So it has been more than like what 30, 50 days where Bitcoin is range bound, and it rarely happens. Bitcoin either goes up or it goes down. So Bitcoin being range bound is kind of strange. This is also getting reflected if you look at Bitcoin mempool, right? The number of transactions in the mempool is also very less, right? This is if you look at 1 year data comparatively the kind of transactions that we had last year, and look at the number of transactions that we are having this year. So there is a news that is going on that retail volume in Bitcoin has reduced a lot, right? Retail people are no longer buying or trading in Bitcoin. They have moved on to other coins and other chains. Most of the activity with respect to Bitcoin network is firmly with the institutions. um, so I do regular videos on Fridays. So I typically share this chart, like where we track the ETF inflows, right? If you can see consistently, there is a lot of money coming into the Bitcoin ETF, right? On Friday, sorry, this is not Friday. Friday was holiday in US. So on Thursday we had 600 million inflow. On Wednesday we had 400. We had 1 day of outflow, but continuously you can see there is inflows. The 600k is equal to around 5000 crores, right? This is equal to around 3000 crores. So every day around 3000 crores of crypto is getting bought, specifically Bitcoin, and this is going to at some point crack the market, right? Because now retail is also not selling, they are not moving their crypto to the exchanges, and if continuously the institutions are going to buy, this is going to create a supply shock, right? And the price is going to increase a lot. That is my expectation. That is what I'm hoping for. And if Bitcoin goes beyond 115, I'm pretty sure this time Ethereum will follow Bitcoin, and that can be the start of the big, beautiful alt season. That is where my hopes are. Uh, so this is the key activity that is happening this week, uh, which is basically nothing. So if you look at last 1 week, Bonk has done fantastically well. Uh, yeah, so Bonk has done really, really well. Where is that tab? Yeah, is that tab? Celestia, it had a huge dump in the start of this year. If you look at the Celestia chart, it's not a great chart. The price is continuously crashing. So don't go by the simple fact that it has gone up by 15% in last 1 week. It is almost like a dead cat bounce. Almost all the VCs who had put money into Celestia, they have kind of exited. That is why you are seeing this kind of a chart, right? If you look at the all-time chart, from $20 it has come to $1.6. So definitely not a good sign. So just don't look at last 7 days increase and get excited. Floki has done well. It has gone up by 10%. XGC, Zinfin Network, so they have also done well, 10%. Pudgy Penguins, it has been doing well over the last 3 months. Last 3 months they have gone up by 260%. And then there's other coins like the fat coin is always either in the top or in the bottom. Aave, Stellar. So these coins have done almost like 5-6% in this week. If you go to the bottom, oh sorry, if you go to the bottom, you can see Aerodrome Finance has gone down by 16%. I spoke why Aerodrome had pumped. If you look at last 3 months, they have pumped more than 100%, and last 1 month they have pumped more than 30%. But after that, there has been a drop. The reason why Aerodrome pumped in the first place was Coinbase, one of the world's largest exchanges. They integrated all the dexes in the base ecosystem within their main app, so people thought Aerodrome will benefit from that. So there's always a front running that happens. So people quickly bought and the price rose. And once it went sufficient, people tried to exit, right? It's a sell news kind of an event. So that is what is causing the crash. But I think long term, Aero can do well because base is continuing to do well. So Aero is set to benefit. Apart from that, Jito, say Picoin has been continuously on the drop. I have been consistently saying that Picoin is not a great asset to hold, especially because a lot of new coins are coming into circulation, but the coins are not going out of circulation. There is no burn event, there's no use case for Picoin. So continuously there's going to be sell pressure. So Pi is not a great medium term or long term investment. Uh, so it has destroyed a lot of value. It has not launched in 1 year back. So the overall history, if you look at it, it comes from like Feb end. So it went all the way up to 2.74. It has already crashed 75% as of now, and it can go down another 70%. So you might see brief pumps. So earlier it had pumped from zero point 0.5 to 1.2. There was a 100% pump that happened. Such pumps can happen, but see what has happened. Even if you had bought at this price and it had pumped, and if you're not sold, you would be at this price, right? If it crashes another 50%, and then if it pumps 50%, there's no use, right? So I would say avoid these kind of projects. uh, in general, if you look at the major cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin has more or less at the same place where it was last week. Ethereum is up by 3.5%, which is a welcome change. Ripple has done 4.5%. With respect to Ripple, there is a news that they are planning to acquire a bank. So Ripple is always one of my favorite case studies. So basically, Ripple raised a lot of money by saying they have a cross-border settlement network. And once they raised enough money, they went ahead. They bought MoneyGram, which was like this thing. They have recently bought a crypto custodian. They have launched their own stable coin now, and recently they have started talking about launching their own bank. So basically, their product, I don't think anyone is using that much, or Ripple is being directly used, but indirectly through the token sales they have raised enough money, and through that they have built a lot of businesses, right? That is how I would see the Ripple story. I'm not a great fan of Ripple. I don't think Ripple should be in the top 10, not even top 20, but as of now it is where it is. Its market cap is 134 billions without much use case to show. BNB, as usual, it is almost at the same place. It's at $660. Solana is continuing to do well after the crash. Last 3 months, it has pumped again by 37%. I mean, it's still 50% down from its previous all-time high, but from the lowest point of $100, it has come up by 50%. Long term, I would still say Solana is a good coin to hold. Tron is also doing really well. More than 50% of the USDT in circulation is only on Tron chain, which is again, so Tron is totally dependent on just one use case, which is USDT transfers. But that one use case, Tron is doing has a fantastic market share, but this market share is expected to drop in the coming days. Meanwhile, Justin Sun has a lot of plans. He has already bought two exchanges, Poloniex and Huobi. So we have to see what he has up to this sleep, whether he's going to do some partnership with Eric Trump. So all those things is yet to be seen. Dogecoin, the meme coin hero, almost at the same place where it was last week. Cardano, again, it is down 13% in the last 1 month. So, see, Cardano is another case similar to Ripple. They don't have much use case, they don't have a DeFi ecosystem. This price is very absurd. So, it is very natural that the price crashes. Hyperliquid is a perps exchange, and last 1 year they have had a significant growth. From nowhere they have come to the top 11, right? And soon they can get into the top 10. They have put a significant competition to Binance. At this point they are doing 20-30% of the volume that Binance does. So seeing this as a threat, Binance has promised to build their own perps exchange. Already Bybit has launched their own perps, or planning to launch all the perps exchange in Solana in the next 2-3 months, which is again bullish for Solana. So and recently Robinhood, they have launched their own perps on Arbitrum network. So a lot of competition is coming for Hyperliquid, but as of now they are doing really well, right? And whatever profits they are generating, they are also doing token buybacks, which is really healthy for their coin price. So these are the key activities that have happened in the month, right? Just give me a second. Sorry. So I'll try to answer all the questions here. So someone has asked, can I buy Filecoin? So I forgot what Filecoin was. Was it some exchange? Fala network, right? So this coin rank is 387, and that is why probably I don't know. I haven't not recently studied about this coin. So what do they say? It's an execution layer for Web3. They use AI to understand and interact with blockchain, unlocks barrier. It's a multi-proof system. See, they use a lot of jargons, right? It's very difficult to study the fundamentals here. Maybe I'll go through and I'll get back. But see, beyond top 100, it is very difficult to look at a coin with strong fundamentals, right? The market cap is only $78 million. So they launch an MCP server. They are joining NVIDIA Inception. So they are making a lot of news around AI. They are trying to project themselves as an AI related coin. But outside that, I have to look at their Twitter handle. What are the recent announcements? How they are doing, and all those things. They are building AI agents. They are building chain of trust for T's. See, the biggest problem with these kind of coins is that there's a lot of AI hype. But under that hype, are they building something fundamental? Are people using this for the AI use cases? I know I use Grok or ChatGPT on a daily basis. I use Gemini, right? A lot of people use platforms like N8N. How many of us use a crypto-related AI platform? I don't think anyone who is watching here is using it. We are just running behind a narrative. Just because AI has taken off in the Web2 world, AI-related coins might take off in Web3 world. There's running behind a narrative. That narrative is without any fundamentals. At some point in future we will have AI projects interlinked with crypto, but at this point of time it is a very 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 high risk. We saw Fetch, right? If you look at Fetch, which was the previous AI darling, so where is Fetch now? Fetch actually got renamed to artificial super intelligence, ASI. artificial super intelligence alliance, right? So 1 year after the alliance, they have gone down by 40 percentage, right? So they had a huge pump last year, and after that, it has been a continuous dump, right? So all these AI related coins are just going with the hype, and they're not giving any real value to the users. So I would say, so the short term trade, if it works out for you, it works out, right? If you know when to get in, when to get out, then you can do it. If you ask my advice, I will not invest in these coins because I don't know when to get out. I don't know if the coin will pump from here or it will crash from here. But of course, always the caveat: a lot of bad coins give you good returns, but there are a lot of bad coins that will also make you lose a lot of money. So which bad coins you are having is up to you. It's your luck, right? uh, if you ask me, I would want to study some of these projects and see where the fundamentals are and then invest. So if you look at coins with strong fundamentals, you have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, you have Solana, you have Chainlink, Aave, Uniswap, Hyperliquid, right? Binance Chain. Of course, these are all already there in top 10, top 20, but still the fundamentals are strong. Even Polygon, for that matter, they've had a very bad history, but project wise, they are delivering some of these things starting this month. So let's see where Polygon network is going to go. But outside this, if you're going to invest, you need to do a lot of research, understand why it's going to go up. And if you're a good trader, then go ahead. If you're a bad trader, stick to the top 10, top 20 coins. Why bong pumping, right? Generally in my last Friday also, people ask me this question. See, meme coins pump or dump for no reason. There is no way to tell why a particular meme coin is going up or going down, right? It is just, that is why meme coins have been created. They cannot stay same, right? Either they have to pump or they have to dump, right? See, bonk is pumping, but you look at the overall what has happened with the bonk chain, right? So if you look at all time, it is still well below, like 50 percentage below the previous all time high that happened in November, right? It has pumped almost 100 percentage from the bottom, but this coin, if you look at the overall chart, it goes like this. So there are always peaks and troughs, right? If you had bought here, you would have made a loss. Right? If you had bought here, you would have made a small profit, but if you not sell here, you would have made a loss. So meme coins are a very risky strategy, right? uh, Overall, if you are putting 100 rupees in crypto, don't invest more than 5 or 10 rupees in meme coins, right? You can have a lot of fun trading meme coins, but you will also lose a lot of money trading in meme coins. Of course, some of us have made a lot of money by trading meme coins, by entering at the right time, executing at the right time, but it's a very, very, very high risky strategy. So even when I do it, I invest only 5% of my overall portfolio into all meme coins put together. I'm saying not 5% in a single meme coin. If I have a meme coin portfolio, if I have Floki, Doge, Shiba Inu, Bonk, right, put together, I will not have more than 5% exposure, because when Bitcoin is going to crash 30-40%, when the bear market starts, these meme coins are going to bleed like crazy. They will go 70-80%, and it's a very, very, very high risk to hold at that point. Especially we are in the late stage of the cycle, right? The late stage of the cycle, we have to stick to coins with strong fundamentals, because we don't know when the bear market will start. There is also a huge chance that Bitcoin will explode, right? If Bitcoin explodes, then Ethereum can follow the suit. The alt season will start. All the major altcoins will do well. Of course, in that case, meme coins can also do well. But I'm not confident of the meme coins. If there is a bear market tomorrow, I'll be happy holding Ethereum for next 2-3 years. I'll be okay holding Solana for next 2-3 years. Bitcoin, I'm ready to hold it for next 5 to 10 years. I'm not ready to hold Floki or Bonk after the bear market, right? Because next cycle we don't know which of the meme coins will do well, which will not do well. Are you saying old altcoins in dead cat bronze, bro? See, some of the altcoins which has no use case, right? Celestia. So see, typically always use this as the, so whenever a layer one chain we talk about, I directly go to DeFi Llama, right? If you look at their TVL from 55 million, it has gone all the way down to 2 million. 90% of the TVL has just left. There is only $2 million in the overall chain. This chain is not being used at all. Last 24 hours, $200 they have earned as a chain, right? Probably a lot of people in India working in IT earn more than this, right? $200 is what? 10,000 rupees, like monthly 3 lakhs they're earning, right? But what is their overall market cap? If you look at their overall market cap, they are 1 billion, 144 million is their market cap. 1.1 billion for what? Earning $200 per day. Okay, so that is the reason why I am saying this is a bad project, right? One is the chart, which looks pretty sold. Like a lot of people have exited. Most probably all the founders, the investors, they've all exited. Otherwise, something cannot crash like 90-95 percentage. And if you look at the fundamentals, it is pretty poor, right? So that is why I'm saying Celestia, with respect to Celestia, it's a kind of a dead cat bounce, right? It makes no sense to purchase Celestia at this point unless this chart starts going up. So what I am looking at here is the TVL. TVL means total value logged, right? Total value logged. So that means what is the total amount of tokens that are there on the Celestia network? If you look at the Ethereum, the same number, it is 101 billion, right? So it is basically 550,000 times Ethereum is larger when it comes to TVL, right? So this is how you have to compare all the layer 1, layer 2 projects, right? You can compare this with Solana. Solana is 17.5, BSC chain is 7.16, Tron is 4.85, Arbitrum, of course, it is at 2.5, AVAX is at 1.8, Sui is at 2.3, Hyperliquid is almost at 2. But look at Hyperliquid chart. Right from April, it's on a straight line going up. So that is the reason why Hyperliquid is also pumping. Right? The fundamentals are strong. People are taking their money and putting on this chain, right? And then trading. Right? Whenever there's activity on a chain, the value has to pump. Right? That is the fundamental rule. So I'm not saying all altcoin projects are having dead cat bounce, right? Projects like Cardano, you look at Cardano here. I cannot even find Cardano. Right? Cardano is also a layer 1, right? But what is the TVL in Cardano? They have 250 million, right? 250 million. So Ethereum is 400 times larger than Cardano in terms of TVL. But what is the market cap of Cardano? Right? Cardano market cap is, they are the 10th rank and they have a $20 billion market cap, which makes no sense, right? So Ethereum is only 15 times larger when it comes of market cap, but it's 50 times larger when it comes to, not 50, wait just a second, 250 into 400 times larger. Yeah, 400 times Ethereum is larger when it comes to TVL, right? So Cardano is again a useless thing. And if you look at their overall TVL also, it is a pump and dump. It is not linearly increasing. If you look at Ethereum, there is a increase like this that happens, right? Even when there is a dip, it is again bouncing back. If you look at Solana, it is slowly growing up. But if you look at our Cardano, there is like a massive pump and then immediate dump. Nothing goes like this. Like how can a TVL increase from 200 million to 700 million in like such a short time frame, right? So if something goes up like this, probably it's like just a pump, right? It was like 192 million in 5th November. Within 10 days, they pumped it by 2x. And then they are slowly taking the money out, right? So these are all pump and dump. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Elon Trump story, why it affects crypto? Good question. I'll try to answer this in a while. Congratulations for the award. Thank you. Thank you. So Giottus recently won award for being a best crypto exchange. We got the bronze award. Hyperliquid, any updates? What about the volumes? Where to check that? Good question. So Dune dashboard Hyperliquid is the thing that you need to search for. So someone has built this. So Hyperliquid, this is the amount of USDC that is getting deposited. So they have more than 2.86 billion USDC that has deposited. So 63% of the TVL is used for Hyperliquid. Um, inflows, outflows. And this is the most important part, right? You can look at for the month of June, Hyperliquid did $216 billion in trade volume. Jupiter did $17 billion in trade volume. GMX did $6 billion in trade volume. You can see how huge Hyperliquid is having the market share. And this is another important chart. You can see how at some point in January, Binance was like $1 trillion and Hyperliquid was 156. Now, if you look at June month, Hyperliquid is almost 50% of Binance trade volume. So Binance is catching up. Sorry, Hyperliquid is catching up, right? Almost neck to neck, right? So this month also, Hyperliquid is at 50% of Binance. So these are the places where you can see Hyperliquid. This thing. There are other charts also, right? There's user analytics chart. So June is a very good platform to look at all these analytics. So this is the daily volume, number of users. This is the number of users, right? We had a large number of users in November, December. The volume, it came down in April, but it's again going up, right? So this is about Hyperliquid. Flex 1 inch CHR token on Mavia coin. Itana coin பத்தி போட்டீங்கன்னா how can I first thing is I don't know about 90% of these coins. I know Pith is the equivalent of Chainlink competitor. I know 1 inch. 1 inch is a DEX aggregator, right? You have Uniswap, you have like Sushi Swap, Pancake Swap, Quick Swap, right? Of course, these are, some of them are in the same chain, some are on a different chain. 1 inch is to aggregate multiple DEXs and see where you can get the best price. Other coins I have like no idea. ENJ is an engine which is supposed to be used for all the gaming companies in crypto world, but there are not a lot of gaming projects that are doing well. So of course that is why. So if gaming picks up and if they all use ENJ as their core, what to say, engine, then it can work well. 18% GST on crypto trading. You don't have to worry about this. This is applicable only on fees. Right? For example, if you trade for 100 rupees, we charge 2 rupees, right? In the 2 rupees, 18% GST, so 2.3 you have to pay, right? Not on the overall trading value. Don't worry about it. The fee is only applicable on the fees that is being collected from you, and that is also our exchange responsibility. That is not your personal responsibility. We at Giottus, we will take care of it. Don't worry. So 18% coming on crypto? No, it is not true. Government has said no such thing. Definitely they will not do that, right? No one will pay 18% on crypto. The entire thing will go into the black market. No one will trade in the regulated exchange. That will only make the job tougher for the government. So they're not going to put 18% GST on the crypto as such. They're only putting it on the trading fees. That has been going on for like last 1 or 2 years. We have been paying GST on the fees, whatever we collected. So there's no change, right? Don't get shocked. Is the team really do pump and dump to gain profit? There's no regulation for this. Unfortunately, there is not much regulation here. In US, these projects can be taken to task under SEC, but right now Donald Trump has almost like removed all the SEC what to say obstructions, right? There is no more obstacles for these guys, so it is very easy. It's a wild west out there, but good projects stay away from pump and dump. So it's a very good thing for us. If they do pump and dump, we can stay away from those projects, right? And also all these projects, they work with market makers like DWF. What are the other projects? Cumberland, right? There are multiple market makers. There is Jump Trade was also a market maker. So these market makers also have incentives, right? They make some deals with these coins that they will pump it to this level. They'll take loan. They will do all these things. They will crash the market. Then they'll buy back the token at a low price and return that loan. So all those things these market makers also do. DWF is known for all these shady things, right? So pump and dump is very common in crypto market. So we recently saw Jane Street got, I mean, SEBI put a 5,000 crore fine on Jane Street for doing this in equity market, which is very well regulated. So if they can do that in equity market, think about crypto, right? Especially small caps, mostly they are susceptible to pump and dump. So be very, very careful. One coin good to hold. I think one is Harmony. I've not heard much about that coin recent days, right? They are paying good interest for staking, but other than that, I don't see any strong fundamentals. Delisting purpose, why exchange asset allow transfer to wallet. So Rajesh, in Giottus, when we do delisting, we allow transfer of those cryptos. We will open the withdrawals for these coins. You will be able to take it to your wallet. Don't worry about it. I guess I have covered all the questions here. Apart from that, I also wanted to talk about two important things. So one is RCAM. So on July 4th, which is like 3 days before, someone transferred 80,000 bitcoins. Right? These bitcoins, they have not been touched in the last, what to say. So this is the tweet. So $8.6 billion worth of Bitcoin from 8 addresses. So each of these addresses had 10,000 Bitcoins. So someone suddenly moved these 10,000 Bitcoins, and this happened after 14 years, right? Just think about the amount of money this guy has made. Probably he'd have invested what, 10 lakhs at maximum, and today he is owning what, 81 billion is 8,500 crores. 10 billion is 85,000 crores, and he's having another, so close to 6 lakh 40,000 crores he has made by just patiently waiting, keeping the Bitcoin and not selling the Bitcoin, right? Many of you guys would have bought Bitcoin much earlier, not much earlier, not before this guy, but at least you would have bought it in 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. If you had held on to that Bitcoin, you would also be in sufficient profit. So that is why I'm saying Bitcoin, you never sell, just keep adding your Bitcoins, right? 3, 4 years from now, you would be in good profit. 10 years from now, you can be in good profit. Only if you don't sell. If you sell your Bitcoin and you may not get another opportunity to buy Bitcoin at this price, then you lose that opportunity. So this guy, he could have sold in 2017 when Bitcoin hit $20,000. He could have sold his Bitcoin in 2021 when it was $65,000, right? And even now, I'm not sure if he's selling or he's just moving from this address to another address, right? So and he has just moved from this, when an address starts with one, it is like a single signature, right? He's moving from a single signature wallet to a SegWit wallet. So probably for safety reasons, he's doing all these things, but patience pays a lot, right? Especially if you buy an asset with strong fundamentals like Bitcoin or Ethereum and you hold long term, you can make a lot of money. And this created a lot of news because $8 billion is not a small amount of money, right? So this has created a lot of buzz in the crypto world. This is one news. In other news, Elon Musk is starting a new party called American Party. So he has been disillusioned by Donald Trump. Uh, he was not able to get well along with Donald Trump. So he is going to start his own party. And of course, Donald Trump also cannot uh, become president for another term because in US there's a two-term limit. So that is what is creating this opportunity for Elon Musk, because Republican Party is also weak outside of Donald Trump, and Democratic, which is basically the other party, the Democrats. So they are also weak. They don't have a credible candidate. Last time they fielded Kamala Harris, and before that they had Joe Biden. So it's a good opportunity for Elon Musk. And someone asked Elon Musk, would he be supporting Bitcoin? Elon Musk said, yes, of course, fiat is useless, so he's going to support Bitcoin. So again, so if Elon Musk comes to power, probably that could lead to even more adoption of crypto. We have to wait and see. We have like 3 years away from any kind of possibility uh, of that happening. So someone else asked why whenever there is like a feud between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, crypto suffers. Actually, that is not the case. So recently, when this happened, it was also the macroeconomic scenario. So it's mostly Donald Trump government which people are looking at, right? Whether this government is stable, whether Donald Trump has enough supporters, right? When people like Elon Musk talk bad about Donald Trump, there is a chance that this president can also get impeached. There is a betting that is going on that Donald Trump will not complete his 4-year term. There's a lot of what to say. Donald Trump has been doing a lot of what to say. He has been throwing a lot of tantrums. He has been randomly doing a lot of things. He's talking about tariffs. He is in a way affecting the image of US, right? But he's doing some of the activities that he does is good for crypto, in the sense he established Bitcoin strategic reserve. uh, he reduced the number of issues, or he withdrew the cases SEC had against Coinbase and all the other guys, right? He's promoting crypto within US. He's saying he wants to make US the crypto capital of the world. So these kind of things are helpful for crypto in a way. But in the larger uh, set of things, he's also fighting with the Fed to reduce the interest rate, and he's not able to get his way. We have to see in a couple of weeks. We have a Fed who is they are going to decide whether the interest rate is going to go down or going to go up. If the interest rates get cut, Trump has his way. Probably that will lead to markets pumping a little bit. Probably will get a new all-time high. If the interest rates don't get cut, probably we'll see Bitcoin hanging around between the 100 to 110k, or probably even Bitcoin going down below 100k briefly. So this is all macro, right? That is where the price goes up or down when we had Israel Iran war and all those things. It is not just this small things like Elon Musk and Donald Trump rift. Of course, when Elon Musk used to make a statement 4 5 years back, it used to pump the market a lot. But now his voice is discounted because he has already spoken enough about crypto. Right? When he yesterday he said American party will adopt Bitcoin, there's not a much pump that has happened. Right? Um, but of course, Elon Musk wants to talk highly of Bitcoin because it kind of aligns with this core group of audience, right? The Twitter audience are generally pro crypto, and by talking positive about Bitcoin, he's able to attract that people into his camp. So that could also be one of the reasons why he is talking good about Bitcoin, which is again good in the long run. Elon Musk has the money, he has the popularity to become the next president. If Donald Trump can become the president, why not Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk has already achieved a lot of things. So overall, this is something to look forward. Probably the next Bitcoin cycle, we could see a lot of action around this particular thing. So these are the key things I wanted to talk about. I guess I have covered most of the questions. If there are any questions left, I'm happy to answer. If not, I'll see you again on Friday. The Friday AMA will be in Tamil. Uh, so thank you guys. Okay, I don't see any more new questions. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. We will connect again next, I mean, this Friday.